Welcome to my channel. It's my mission to empower you to make healthier decisions and live a better life naturally. I am your host. Today's episode of Modern Medicine Myths Busted is going to cover exactly what the title says. We're going to talk about 6 things that your doctor isn't telling you. And some of these things are really, really important. So it's no secret that the medical profession is under a lot of stress. They're overworked. There's not enough doctors. So sometimes things get missed. And what we're also finding is that there's a lot of things that they don't want to tell us because they're afraid of looking bad. You know, we have medical errors being the 3rd leading cause of death in the United States. I mean, think about how terrible that is. And when doctors admit to making mistakes, they're actually sued at higher rates than if they just kept their mouth shut. So there's a lot of fear involved here. And then we have this whole opioid crisis that's been going on. And so now when patients come into the office with pain, they're even more afraid to prescribe medications. So there's a lot of things that are getting missed, whether it's because of time or fear. But today, I want to go over 6 of those things that your doctor isn't telling you. No. One is on vitamin D. Now I know that you hear about vitamin D all the time on my channel. But this is something that is very near and dear to my heart, because I spent a lot of time deficient in vitamin D and had a lot of symptoms that could have been avoided if somebody would have told me, hey, you should take vitamin D. Vitamin D has been shown to prevent over 160 conditions. Some of those conditions include asthma, autoimmune diseases, cardiovascular disease, cancer, depression, diabetes, hypertension, infectious disease, respiratory infections. That last one is a big one right now, especially with what's going on in the world. But vitamin D can actually help boost our immune system. Studies have shown that people that are vitamin D deficient have much higher risk of getting infections. So if you're low in vitamin D, you're more susceptible to getting sick. And if you do get sick, your recovery will be longer. So no, one thing that your doctor should be telling you: vitamin D, and many doctors are. Many doctors aren't. But if your doctor isn't, I want you to know that you need to take between 10,000 to 20,000 international units of vitamin D every single day. You cannot overdose on vitamin D, so don't worry about taking too much. Just take between 10 and 20,000 IUs a day and you will feel better. No. 2 is on chiropractic care. Chiropractic care helps to unlock the body's innate ability to heal itself. This was discovered by Daniel David Palmer in 1895, when he performed the first adjustment on a janitor at a university where he was studying. The janitor had been deaf in one ear for 18 years, and after one chiropractic adjustment, his hearing came back. When the spinal column is working properly, we allow the nervous system to work properly. And when the nervous system is working properly, we allow the body to work properly. So if you're having pain, if you're having issues with your health, it's because your nervous system is being affected by a subluxation or a misalignment in the spine. So no. 2 things that your doctor should be telling you is that chiropractic care works. And when you find a good chiropractor, stick with them. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Number 3 is on diet. What you eat affects your health tremendously. If you're eating a lot of sugar, you're going to be more susceptible to getting sick. You're going to be more susceptible to having pain, having mood disorders. You're also going to be affecting your long-term health by eating a lot of sugar. And we've seen studies come out recently that show that eating a lot of sugar, drinking soda, can actually affect your fertility. So it's very important to make sure that you're eating a clean diet, that you're eating organic as best as possible. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, lean protein, Stay away from processed food. No, for thing that your doctor isn't telling you is on fasting. Fasting can lead to tremendous health benefits. If you haven't heard me talk about fasting before, it's something that I'm super passionate about, because it has helped me a lot with my health. It helps the body to detoxify toxins that we're exposed to in the environment. Fasting also helps to reduce inflammation in the body. Inflammation is behind most chronic disease. So if you're suffering from a chronic condition and you're doing fasting, it will help to reduce the severity of that condition. Fasting also improves blood sugar balance, which means you're going to be more energized throughout the day. You're not going to have these big crashes. And then it also helps you to burn fat. There's so many benefits from fasting, and I have another podcast that's just about fasting. So if you want to learn more about fasting, check out that link below. No 5 thing that your doctor isn't telling you is that botanical medicine works. There's been a huge decline in the use of herbs and botanical medicine, and this started way back in the 1940s. The FDA passed this law called the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, and this act made it illegal to make any claims about a drug unless it was approved by the FDA. Before that, you could have free speech, and you could use botanical medicine and claim what it did. And so a lot of that knowledge was lost. And then we got into the practice of using prescription drugs more and more. And now we're starting to see the side effects of prescription drugs more and more. People are looking back to botanical medicine. Botanical medicine is a huge part of Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and so there's a lot of research behind it. If you're looking for an alternative for a prescription drug, always talk to your doctor first. But there's a lot of times that botanical medicine can help you. It can help you with sleep. It can help you with focus. It can help you with pain. There's a lot of different things that it can help you with. And I always recommend that you try botanical medicine before you try prescription drugs. If you're having pain, try turmeric, try ginger, try peppermint. There's so many different herbs that can help you with pain without the side effects. No. 6th thing that your doctor isn't telling you is that your emotions affect your physical body. A lot of doctors will prescribe medication for certain conditions, but they're missing the boat on really understanding why the condition is there in the first place. For example, if a person is depressed, there might be underlying emotional causes for that depression. It could be grief. Maybe somebody just went through a divorce. Maybe somebody just passed away. Maybe they lost their job. There's a lot of different reasons why someone may be feeling depressed, and so addressing the emotions will help to address that depression rather than just putting a Band-Aid on it with a prescription drug. Emotions affect physical health. We have studies that show that people that have positive emotions live longer. So if you're focusing on your emotions, you're focusing on your mental health, that's going to translate to physical health. If you do like to learn more about the immune-boosting foods that you can add into your diet, click on the link below. And I hope that you enjoyed today's episode of Modern Medicine Myths Busted. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Share this episode with someone that needs to hear this information. And then I hope that you subscribe to my channel. I release new videos every single week, and I hope that you tune in. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey, pretty. Just wanted to jump on the screen real quick and tell you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being here. If you're benefiting from any of my content, I would love to hear about your success story. Please share it in the link down below. I do think that we underestimate the power of small changes and overestimate the power of willpower. I'm the CEO of a health company, and today we are talking about atomic habits. I know we've all set big goals only to fail. I have a whole video on why we do that. But in this video, I want to share with you the 4 key principles from Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book was one of my favorites last year. I listened to it on audio. I bought it for my wife. We both loved it. It's really helped me change some bad habits and start some good ones. So here are the 4 key points. No. 1. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Now, what does that mean? Well, your goal might be to get in shape, but the system or the process is what you actually do every day to get there. Are you going to the gym 3 times a week? Are you eating a healthy diet? Are you getting enough sleep? Those are the systems. You can have all the goals in the world, but if your system isn't working, you're never going to achieve those goals. So how do you fix that? Well, you change the system by changing your habits. That's where Atomic Habits comes in. These are tiny changes that you make every day that compound over time. You can start small. If you can't go to the gym 3 times a week, then maybe you just go once a week, and then the next week you go twice, and the next week you go 3 times. Before you know it, you've built a habit of going to the gym 3 times a week. It's the same thing with eating healthy. Maybe you can't eat perfectly all the time, so just cut out the soda or the juice or the alcohol, and then slowly start to replace those with healthier options. The idea is that you want to build a system of small habits that compound over time. No. 2. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Now, what does that mean? Well, when you make a decision, you're essentially voting for the person you want to become. If you choose to eat a donut, then you're casting a vote for the person who likes donuts. If you choose not to eat a donut, then you're casting a vote for the person who doesn't eat donuts. And over time, these votes will compound. If you continue to vote for the person you want to become, then eventually that person will become you. But if you keep voting for the person you don't want to become, then that person will become you. So the question is, who do you want to become? What kind of person would your life look like? If you cast one small vote every day for that person, what would your life look like 5 years from now? 10 years from now? It all starts with one small vote. No. 3. You should consider what role habits play in your identity. In his book, James Clear tells the story of how he learned to love reading books. He wasn't always a reader, but he started setting small goals, like read 1 page a day or read 1 chapter a week. And eventually, those small goals became part of his identity. He identified himself as a reader, even though he wasn't reading that much at first. But because he identified himself as a reader, he started to see himself as someone who reads books. And that identity shift changed everything. He started reading more and more, and eventually became the person who reads 2 to 3 books a week. So think about your own habits. Are there any areas of your life where you want to improve? Maybe you want to improve your health, your finances, your relationships. Start by identifying the type of person you need to become in order to achieve those things. Then start making small changes that align with that identity. For example, if you want to be healthier, then start making small changes like drinking more water, getting more sleep, eating fewer processed foods. Then, as those small changes compound, you'll eventually become the person who is healthier. Number 4. If you want to change your habits, you must first change the way you think about your habits. Now, what does that mean? Well, our thoughts determine our actions. If you think you're not capable of changing, then you won't change. If you think you're destined to fail, then you will fail. So the first step to changing your habits is to change the way you think about them. You have to believe that you can change. You have to believe that you deserve to change. And you have to believe that it's possible to change. Once you have that belief, then you can start taking small actions that align with that belief. You have to trick your brain into believing that something is possible by taking small actions that align with that belief. So for example, if you want to change your diet, then you need to convince yourself that it's possible to eat healthy. Even if you've struggled with unhealthy eating in the past, you have to believe that it's possible for you to change. Once you've convinced yourself of that, then you can start taking small actions like swapping out one meal for a healthier option or adding one serving of vegetables to your daily diet. Then, as those small actions compound, they'll eventually lead to a change in your identity. And when you identify yourself as a healthy eater, then you'll start to see yourself as someone who eats healthy. In conclusion, Atomic Habits is a great book that provides a clear framework for changing your habits and achieving your goals. It reminds us that small changes can have a big impact and that consistency is key. Remember that you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And you have to start where you are and work with what you have. So if you're struggling to make progress towards your goals, then try implementing the 4 key principles from Atomic Habits and see if it helps. Also, don't forget to support us. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and remember to take care of yourself because you're worth it. If you're looking for more practical tips on how to boost your health and immunity, look no further. Check out this playlist of videos on immune-boosting foods, healthy diets, and natural remedies. Click here to watch more. I recently came across this study that showed that people who consumed a diet rich in fruits and vegetables had a lower risk of developing cancer. Fruits and veggies contain essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support overall health and well-being. They also have anti-inflammatory properties which reduce the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancer. Including more produce in your diet can help you maintain a healthy weight, improve digestion, and increase energy levels. Here are some quick and easy ways to add more fruits and vegetables to your diet. Replace sugary snacks with fruits like apples, bananas, or berries. Add vegetables to smoothies. Use fruits and veggies to make colorful salads. And don't forget to check out my other videos on immune-boosting foods. Healthy eating is essential for maintaining optimal health and preventing disease. A balanced diet rich in nutrients can help boost the immune system and improve overall well-being. Eating a variety of foods from all food groups ensures that you get the necessary vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to support your body's natural defense mechanisms. A healthy diet also reduces inflammation and oxidative stress, which can weaken the immune system. By making smart food choices, you can strengthen your body's ability to fight off infections and diseases. Don't forget to visit the website to learn more about the benefits of a healthy diet and find practical tips for making positive changes to your eating habits. Remember, small changes can make a big difference. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is crucial for preventing illness and boosting the immune system. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, and stress management are essential for optimal health. Exercise improves blood circulation, strengthens the immune cells, and reduces stress. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. Adequate sleep is also vital for a healthy immune system. During sleep, the body releases cytokines, which are proteins that help fight inflammation and infection. Most adults need 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Stress can weaken the immune system, so it's important to find healthy ways to manage stress, such as yoga, meditation, or spending time in nature. Don't forget to visit the website for more information on healthy living and its benefits for the immune system. Making positive lifestyle changes can significantly improve your overall health and well-being. Incorporating regular exercise, proper sleep, and stress management techniques can help boost the immune system and prevent illness. Remember to prioritize self-care and make time for activities that promote physical and mental well-being. By taking these steps, you can enhance your ability to fight off infections and diseases and live a healthier life.